amazing patrons on Patreon. So this weekend I've been foraging in Snoqualmie Pass for overabundant or invasive wildflowers, and we can use them in floral art, and I'll share those with you next. But before we leave this and check out from this really cute little A-frame cabin, I had to show you the 50s stove. It's so cute. So I've never had one of these, but like check out these buttons. These turn the burners on and off. If you want high, it's a button. If you want low, also a button. Turning off the stove, a button. And then down here you have your oven temperatures, your oven timer. How old school is this timer, right? And it looks like a ship clock or something. And then you have two settings, either bake, cool, and turn. So this was made to like plug electronic cords into there. They even have the really cute matching salt and pepper shakers from the 50s in the like, I think it's called like bird's shell, eggshell blue or something like that. Someone will have to put in the comments what that cute color is that I love. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to share some of the wildflowers. One of my favorite buds this trip is tansy, T-A-N-S-Y. You can see it here with these bright yellow blooms. They're everywhere in abundance, and this is what they look like when they're fresh. We're going to add them to our botanicals that we're foraging for this trip. Make sure to look up best practices and get permission like we did from the local area that you will be wanting to go forage at. Some species are very invasive, and if you accidentally scatter seeds, you could make the situation worse. Some species are rare or threatened, and you don't want to harvest those. Here you can see downtown Snoqualmie Pass. This is the big city right here. All of the city, which is mostly mountains and trees. We're going to stop in next for a little bit of refreshments at one of the only restaurants in town before continuing on. Hey, let's try something. What do we have here? Breakfast. Always breakfast. Breakfast for dinner, breakfast for lunch. Back to foraging. From what my research showed, it looked like we have pearly everlasting, tansy, canary grass, Queen Anne's lace, alder, yarrow, and some form of like rice grass here. And there's the yarrow and the rice grass. The grasses were really hard to tell. Here's the Queen Anne's lace. I am saving the seeds to grow it in containers here at home. Beautiful, beautiful fields of tansy. I did my best to find the names and the information for all the botanicals that we went looking for, and I'll put that information in the Patreon post. However, I am not an expert in this. I am a floral designer by trade, so I would absolutely love anyone who is an expert in grasses or any of the botanicals. If you have more information, definitely feel free to put it in the comments. I love learning. Share in the comments. It has been wonderful foraging with you, my wonderful patrons on Patreon. Again, here's the tansy, the pearly everlasting, the alder, the yarrow, canary grass, Queen Anne's lace, rice grass, and tansy everywhere. And here is what all of our foraging looks like in a tiny little wildflower bundle. We can now share it with people that appreciate the wildflower art. We are going to be careful not to spread any of the seeds anywhere. And thank you so much for tuning in. It was so much fun to have you here in Snoqualmie Pass. Until next time, and especially thank you to my patrons on Patreon. This video is dedicated to you.